Hey everybody, welcome back to the Vestibule of Heck podcast, episode 14. I'm Brendan.
And I'm Mitchell.
And what you're looking at today on the screen, so you don't have to look at our ugly mugs, is the movie The Lost World, based on the, I almost said Edgar Rice Burroughs, that's Tarzan, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle book. It was very good. Some say it's a precursor to the Jurassic Park movies, share less similarities. Michael Crichton was a big fan of Arthur Conan Doyle, obviously most well-known for Sherlock Holmes.
Is that a story about an electrical detective?
It is. He's an electro detector. He's a voltmeter.
Oh, fuck you so much.
He's a voltmeter.
You're starting this shit already. We're not even a minute in.
So, Mitchell, speaking of Lost Worlds, how have you been?
You know, there would have been a better segue there.
Oh, yeah?
Because you know one thing I want to talk about. You could have said, speaking of fuck you. Fuck Derek Jeter.
Oh my god. We're not even... we don't even care how you are this week. Why are you saying fuck Derek Jeter?
Because he's a bitch-ass, pansy-ass,
oh my god,
no home run hitting ass bitch.
Ooh, keep it coming.
Unlike
White?
literal knight, Sir Didi Gregorius.
Oh my god. So, Didi Gregorius is indeed that. He's gregarious as he is Gregorius.
Yeah,
he is a
you're
monster.
You're really channeling your John Sterling right now.
Thank you.
That's part of his home run call. For
oh, is it?
Gregorius.
I don't even.
Yeah.
Damn it! I thought I was being extra clever. I'm just being mid-level clever.
That's all right. If you could think up a John Sterling line on your own, that's a little clever. He's pretty funny.
Yeah, I stopped watching baseball like a couple weeks ago.
Well, when the regular season ended for you.
Not that long ago, I guess. But yeah, when my regular season ended.
The Yankees fucking beat the Indians. I know nobody cares about baseball, but you know.
But they did though. That's pretty incredible because the Indians were slated to do really well, weren't they?
The Indians are the defending champs first. Mm-hmm. Well, no, they're defending World Series contenders.
Right, because they lost to the
Cubs.
Right.
Yeah, great in a great series, by the way. But then, they had the best record in the National League this year? Or American League? I can't remember.
They had the best one in their league.
Yeah. They had the best record in their league. I can never remember which is which.
Frankly, as a huge baseball fan, I barely even care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter much. But the Yankees made it in as a wild card, and every expert pick I saw said that the Indians were going to win. But the Yankees pulled it out after going down 2-0. They won 3 straight.
So, when you say they pulled it out, do they pull it out like a magician pulls a card out during a magic trick? A wild card, perhaps?
Yeah, they won the wild card game, but that was last week.
Yeah, I'm just saying, last week we made wild card jokes.
We did.
I want to make more, because I thought of more after we stopped recording. Like that one. I've been holding on to that for a week.
But
like a card in my pocket.
The reason I say fuck Derek Jeter, Didi Gregorius, not only is he outstanding in his field, much like a scarecrow.
Also, baseball field.
Yeah. He hit 2 home runs last night in 2 at-bats. So, off of Cloober, noted pitcher.
Cloober.
Yeah,
Cloober sounds like a racial slur we don't use anymore because it's not the 30s. Fucking Cloober.
I mean, I still use it.
Oh, what kind of people are the Clooberians?
Just that one guy.
Cloober Americans?
Just that one guy and his family.
Oh, it's just like a really specified hate.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck Cloobers.
Fuck his family name and his bloodline.
If you're out there and you're listening to this podcast and you're a Cloober, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I hope you go get Cloobered like a seal.
Yeah, hope you get Cloobered on the head.
Cloobered.
Cloobered.
That's what we're gonna have to call the podcast now. Cloobered on the head.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Gregorius
that
has been doing amazing. I mean, I actually had a conversation with my professors today about that. He's a big Yankees fan. He came in. He looked at me. He's like, "Did you fucking see that game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I saw the highlight reel." But explaining to him that on my phone, I get a video sent to me.
Yeah, he broke the record for the Yankees most home runs for a Yankee shortstop this year. Also, so I mean that's pretty cool.
Unlike Derek, no home runs Jeter.
No home run hitting ass, fucking bitch ass.
Derek Jeter.
Old ass Miami Marlins owning ass Derek Jeter.
He owns the Miami Marlins?
Yeah, he owns the Miami Marlins.
Why the fuck would anyone buy the Miami Marlins? I mean, they're not a bad team.
I mean, they're a pretty bad team.
But I mean, they're not the worst.
No, they're not the worst, I guess.
Like
but
they're
pretty
very
bad.
mediocre. Like not even wild card mediocre, but like just sub wild card.
Actually, now that I realize I'm breaking this news to you, it's pretty interesting. He owns the team, right? He's the owner. He makes the decisions. He didn't have the money to buy the team. He got like funded by other people. He put in maybe 5% of the capital to buy the team, and they gave him all the power.
Are you saying that the Miami Marlins are the first crowd-funded baseball team?
No,
like
they do
ownership
that all the time.
for. Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, people.
I don't know.
All the time.
I don't often go looking to see how much a professional baseball team is worth. I assume I just can't afford it.
About $1 billion.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, see, that's exactly why people kind of pool together money.
That makes sense.
Because, nobody has $1 billion just laying around.
Well,
really.
I mean, you don't, and I don't.
Well, yeah, but
the
not
Rothschilds
many people
do.
Even rich people, most of them don't have $1 billion in liquid assets. Like it's just not sitting around somewhere waiting to get spent.
Unless they're oil barons.
Property or maybe.
What if they're oil barons and they pay only in drums of oil?
I mean, that would be a pretty sweet deal.
Like you go to the corner store to get like a pack of cigs or something, and you just have to roll the barrel with you.
Yeah, but it's a pretty great scam he's running. Just that's why I wanted to bring it up, because not only is he the owner and making all the decisions, even though he put in the minimal amount of money, he's also on the payroll for $5 million a year.
Whoa. I wonder what the kind of profit he's making, like, ultimately. He's ultimately going to hella profit.
Well, the way that sports teams profit in the United States is they kind of just break even every year, but because, inflation is what it is, you buy a team for X amount of dollars, and then in, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you sell it for X times 2. Or whatever.
That makes sense, right? Like, you make your money in selling the team to some other schmuck.
Yeah, and, you get an amount of money. Like, he's on the payroll for $5 million a year, which is ridiculous.
Right. I don't think I'm ever going to make $5 million.
No, probably not. And, again, he's basically just going to make back the money that he put into the team through his salary in, 5 to 10 years. Because I'm not sure exactly the number that he put in, but it wasn't that much.
Well, it seems like baseball is always kind of the cleaner, squeakier sport. It's like it's the Big Daddy versus, Scarface. If like the NFL is Scarface, with how it handles problems. You say that, but it's just something about, I don't know. There's just something about Miami sports that's just always dirty, because the previous owner of the Marlins, Jeffrey Loria, he scammed the city out of hundreds of millions of dollars in tax breaks and all that to build his stadium that he was just immediately going to sell as soon as his contract was able to sell. There's no reason to ever go to Florida except for Disney World. Land?
Yeah, it's a pretty
World.
trash place.
World.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty trash place.
I've never heard anything good about it. It's just it's like a swamp planet from Star Wars that a couple wealthy Imperials colonized. It's gross. Hate it.
I mean, I hear the beaches are nice. I mean,
they got Sneetches there?
Yeah, I've heard good things about Miami, as long as you don't mind everything around you being built with cocaine money.
Cocaine money, also needles all over the place.
Yeah,
very LA.
I mean, you walk down any major street and you're offered drugs, but yeah, whatever. It's fun. It's a good time.
Well, I mean, hey, that's just convenient.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you don't have to find a guy or ask people in stupid ways. You don't have to worry about looking stupid. Like, hey man, do you have a pharmacist? I don't look like a dumbass. I hate when people talk like that, by the way. I hate that, I'm a street pharmacist. You sell Xanax to kids. Relax. You're not a pharmacist. You stole
Hey,
that.
man, they might have their degree. The job market's tough out there right now.
They might have an associates in communications.
Yeah.
You're right. They could. Or, restaurant management. Associates in restaurant management.
If you ever needed any extra indication how comfortable Miami is with drugs, you have this most recent story coming out of Miami. Now, I was really hoping I could surprise you with this. I was a little upset when you sent it to me this morning.
Oh yeah, no, this is the thing we were talking about in I was talking to some people the other day. Yesterday we were talking about it.
The details of this story are so good. For anybody who doesn't know, an offensive line coach, so a real minor guy, but he's been in the system apparently for like in many capacities. He's been with the Miami Dolphins for like 10, 15, 20 years.
So you saw them be good and they saw them be bad?
Yeah, well, I mean,
they were after that
be bad
late
as they are
90s
now
hump.
and slightly better than they are now. But he...
it's all contextual.
He was so comfortable with his drug use that not only was he blowing lines of coke off his desk at work right before a meeting, he was recording himself to send the video to a stripper, an entertainer from Nevada.
An escort.
An escort,
a whore.
probably. Well,
can we just say the word?
Well, I mean, don't go that far. She's definitely a stripper. I don't know if she's a hooker.
Who the hell
Definitely
sends
a
pictures
stripper.
to strippers?
He loves this woman.
Well, then maybe it's his
Well, I don't know
GF.
about anymore. But loved, for sure. Because judging from what he was saying, as he was, again, snorting lines of coke off his desk.
I love you.
I love you. I can't wait to see you again.
Oh, shit. I didn't see the videos. I thought they were only still images. That's actually what he said?
Yeah.
Like, baby, I miss you.
I wish I was snorting this off of you instead of table.
It sounds like a To Catch a Predator. Like,
it does. It's a
chat
transcript.
log.
It's a transcript from To Catch a Predator. Definitely. Super creep. And
Hey,
my
baby,
favorite
can I
part.
come
My
over?
favorite part about this whole story is this woman leaked the video of him. And her reasoning, I don't know. Do you know? Have you read the reasoning why?
I have not. I only heard that it happened when I first heard about it. It was like early reporting.
Okay, so her reasoning for leaking the video was to showcase the hypocrisy in the NFL of how differently they treat coaches and, upper management that are largely white versus how they treat misbehaviors with players and the athletes, which are largely black and minorities. So...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All that?
So the Dolphins... Yeah. So she was leaking video of this guy doing cocaine at work for activism.
I don't think cocaine's illegal in Miami.
It is.
It can't be. Not the way they... No, that was obviously like in jest, but like, Jesus Christ.
Although, to be fair, her point was made pretty well because he wasn't punished. He resigned, and there was
You can't fire me if I quit.
Well, there was a press conference that was basically just the head coach and ownership saying, we're going to support this guy. We're going to get him the help he needs.
Well, I think that's less of a problem between like race, but it's more a problem with just how awful the coaches are to the players. Like,
yeah,
we talked
no,
about
it's
this last
definitely
week,
true.
That the players are treated terribly by the upper management.
Yeah, and I mean, her point was that you have a guy like Kaepernick who is just demonstrating his right to activism, and he is essentially blackballed from the league at this point.
Sure.
Which I feel pretty safe in saying, given who we have starting at quarterbacks lately. Brian Hoyer, Scott Tolzien.
Yeah, all the fun boys.
Yeah. So, her point was made, but I just think it's super funny. Apparently, I listened to an interview with her yesterday. Apparently, she was planning on doing this the whole time, ever since she met him.
I don't. So that sounds iffy, right? And it's not that I don't trust her because she's a hoe. It's not that I don't trust her because she's like a woman. It just sounds too good to be true, right? Like, I'm fully willing to like wait for real evidence of this, but like her just saying it, seems awful convenient. This seems like it's been going on for a long time, way before any of this controversy.
It's been going on. They were in a relationship for about 2 months.
The long con.
This guy was telling her to... First off, he lied to her and said he wasn't married. He said he was married, but they were divorced. And he is, in fact, married, so...
And
womp
not
womp.
divorced.
Not divorced.
Ooh, yikes.
But over the course of these 2 months, apparently he was professing his love to her, telling her, we're going to get married, we're going to have kids. This guy, off the fucking deep end.
Yeah, why would you want to marry a hoe? No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
But
it does. It leads you to the best question ever. Which is the more addictive drug? Cocaine or strippers?
well,
Because this guy was addicted to both.
well, let me tell you something. I think that's like saying what's more addictive, gin or tonic. You can't do them separately because gin is terrible, and tonic water does not taste good unless
You just can't have one without the other. It's
hookers
like chocolate
and
peanut
blow.
butter.
Hookers and
You
blow.
You
That's
got
the
your
classic.
chocolate in my peanut butter.
You got your cocaine in my pussy. That probably happened.
At some point, probably. The interview that I listened to, they had to bleep out the line that he said, "I wish I was snorting this off of your blank."
Pussy.
So it very well could have been.
I wish I was snorting this. Who wants to do that? Like that seems asinine.
That guy.
Well, like because my favorite phrase that has come out of this is cocaine table. He used me like his cocaine table.
Yeah, apparently.
Like you can go to IKEA
popular...
and look for the cocaine table. Well, see, the thing is, most of the time it's like mirrors on tables. Why the hell would you do it on like a wooden porous table? You're gonna lose coke that way. Like that's a good way to lose your snortables. Like
yeah, well, apparently, according to her, this is a pretty popular service.
Cocaine table.
Well, body shots and other, less nefarious things.
Oh,
but
no,
yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, no, there's definitely a market. I mean, if there's a market for strippers, there's a market for touching strippers. Right? Like, that's... I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. Like, if the logic holds up, of course I want to do a fat line off a stripper with a $100 bill.
Yeah, there's a market for the world's saddest thing, just a strip club where you go and just watch people be naked. So
I could do that if I, like, walked outside someone's window. Wow.
Yeah.
Why don't people just do that more?
The internet is a thing.
No, Mitchell, but it's different when you can smell them. That's the only argument I can...
Yeah, you really got to get that atmosphere, that sad man in the corner, like, with his hand in his pocket, and the one guy eating dinner out of a Tupperware, and he clearly spends his entire life there.
Like expensive drinks that are like really, really, really not strong.
Yeah,
some people would say weak even.
That's really that's a great atmosphere. That's definitely something I want to do with my time. Not sad at all. Not sad at all.
It reminds me of. Are you familiar enough with The Matrix?
Yeah.
Remember the part when Agent Smith, like the one played by Hugo Weaving, is interrogating Morpheus, Fishburne.
Yeah.
And he's like, "It's the smell." That's all I could fucking think of.
Yeah, that's what really does it for people. It's the smell.
I'm saturated by it.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I know. I don't like the idea of smells saturating. It's because it's never a good thing. A good smell is never a saturating smell. Because saturating is like a wet, heavy, dense.
It just makes you think of a real pungent, inescapable stench.
Like when someone poops and you go in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And it's like warm. It's like summer. So like the whole
it's like warm.
So the whole house is like sticky, but it's like poop sticky.
That's disgusting.
It's hella gross.
I'm gonna fucking vomit.
Know what else is disgusting?
Yeah, tell
me.
The
motherfucking U.S. missed the World Cup again.
Yeah, well, I mean, you say again. They were in it last time.
It just feels like they do it all the time.
Well, they don't miss the World Cup because the reason I wanted to bring it up is I'm actually, you know what? I'm glad. Because every time we get into the World Cup, and, we always do okay when we get there, all you fucking hear when we're in the World Cup is, watch out, here comes soccer in the U.S. It's going to be one of the biggest sports in 10 years, and, people have been saying that for my whole life.
I remember people saying that, yeah.
Yeah, no one watches fucking soccer in the U.S. I mean, some people, whatever.
Well, if they do, they're watching foreign soccer.
Generally, yeah. The MLS, the Major League Soccer, is not popular at all.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, sometimes I watch Premier League, and it's a hard sometimes. It's like only if I'm going out and only if the game is on. Will I be like, oh yeah, let's go watch Liverpool at the bar? Like, no, but I feel, you know what? Here's my question: why do you think soccer is not getting big in the U.S.? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, I guess that it could be the nature of it. It's kind of a slow-moving sport. I mean, look at hockey. Hockey's a low-scoring sport, and it's not one of the more popular sports in America. It's popular enough, but that's also because of physical violence.
Right, there's fights in hockey games.
Yeah, soccer is just kind of like low-scoring. It can end in a tie, which Americans don't like. And I mean, also, there's just a saturation of the market. We have so much sports that we're already
invested. Like, I don't have time to invest in another team.
Yeah, like, I mean, I watch, baseball, football, and basketball. Beyond that, that keeps me occupied enough that I generally don't seek out more sports. I've tried to watch hockey, and it's fine. It's fun individually, like individual games, but I've never developed a rooting interest because I'm already invested in 3 other sports.
You don't like the River Rats? The Albany River Rats?
They don't exist anymore.
I know they're the Phantoms now?
No, they
were Phantoms.
Aren't they just the Albany Devils?
I thought they were the Albany Phantoms. Whatever. Albany's the capital of New York. Everyone who paid attention during 3rd grade.
Yeah, believe it or not. Facts, not New York, New York.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there are other cities in New York, fun fact. I know nobody acts like there is, but there are a bunch. We go to them all the time. So, frig off, everyone.
Yeah. Frig off.
Frig off. Yeah, I think America has a real number boner, which I personally love. But we love watching numbers go up. And in a soccer game, it's like there's always action going on, right? Because you have to keep moving, basically.
Yeah.
But I think just the numbers don't go up fast enough, right? Like, look at the 2 sports that are the most popular. Football, basketball, right?
Yeah,
basketball goes up to 100 fucking points.
You routinely score 100 points.
Or when in NFL, you get 7 fucking points for a touchdown. For what reason? Who knows? It's completely asinine.
Well, I mean, you get 6 points for a touchdown.
I'm sorry, 6 points and then an extra point. Though,
yeah, I mean, football numbers make more sense when you actually analyze them that way because you got field goals that are worth 3, which is half of a touchdown, which is 6.
Right, I mean, it's contextual, but it's just to emphasize, like, look at how much we love numbers going up. Big numbers.
Yeah, they could just as easily have gone with 2 and 4.
Right, yeah, exactly. But 7, 3, 1, and 2 are more sexy, apparently.
Yeah, and then there's weird 2-point play. I don't know. There's a reason they did it. It makes some sense.
Oh, I'm sure when they originally wrote it up, it was like, here's the logic. But it just, obviously now we're like, okay, well, sure.
Here's my hot take. Safeties should be worth more.
Safeties should be worth 3 points.
Safeties are only worth 2. They are the most... I think they're the rarest scoring in football. They should be worth a high amount of points because they never fucking happen.
Could you imagine strategies changing up to get... Like, now you have to, like, make... Like, if they were worth more, they'd be worth getting more. 'Cause I think the problem is now that they're not really worth getting.
I mean, safeties, they're hard to get because you just have to tackle an opposing player in their own end zone.
But to get them in that spot is hard. Is like you have to turn it down at your goal.
No. Well, yes, but
that's what I'm saying.
Also on kickoffs is generally how that happens.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean that's even then that's rare also, right? And so like all instances are rare.
That's
but
what
could you imagine
it almost never happens.
But could you imagine the strategy shift if they made them worth more
than a touchdown?
Like, what if it was worth like 4 points? Like, it would have to be more than a field goal.
It would have to be worth more than a touchdown for people to try to get them, because
really, you think? Because people go for those long kicks all the time.
Oh yeah, but to get a safety, you have to get them in their own end zone. Think about how it works. So, in order to set them up to get a safety, you'd have to turn the ball over on the one. So, like, instead
that's
of
what I'm saying. That's why they're rare.
Yeah, but instead of trying to get a touchdown, you'd be opting to try to tackle another person in their own end zone to get more points than a touchdown. Because otherwise, just try to get the touchdown.
No, yeah, but it's always because of a turnover, right? So a touchdown's not an option anymore.
Oh, right? Yeah, but
what I'm saying is...
what I'm saying is you could purposely turn it over on downs at the 1 if it was worth more than a touchdown.
Ooh. That'd be a gamble. That'd be a real gamble.
Exactly. Incentivize it.
Make it worth 30 fucking points.
Yeah, they're worth 2 points, I guess, because they're not trying to reward you for turning the ball over that far into your own zone.
Right, exactly.
But, like, if it was worth, say, 8 points, then you might actually try. Like, oh, we're down 8. Like, turn it over on the 1 so that we can try to tackle him and get the 8 points.
Exactly. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'd like to see that. And then also you get to do extra points. Just make it the same as a touchdown. Doesn't even need to be more.
Well, I mean, you could.
Well, because it lets you get redemption for the touchdown you missed.
That's true. Although the other dumb thing with safety is, I mean, it's weird. They do a free kick instead of a kickoff afterwards.
A free kick.
Yes, well, so you get the ball after you score a safety. So you tackle the person in their own end zone,
Right.
and then they have to send out their punter instead of their place kicker to kick off. And they don't have a tee, they just hold the ball and punt it.
That's
so
stupid.
Basically, you're scoring 2 points and ideally getting the ball back in good field position. So it's incentivized, but, I don't know. It's not anything. Football ain't broke. It's just bad.
Yeah, it's just
the
like
style. Just the style of play is bad.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just those big numbers are just boner-inducing. Like, people see it and they're like, "Holy shit, that's so many points." When in reality, it's really not. It's like it's like you got a touchdown and
Yeah,
field goal.
it'd
be like
two
1 and
it's
1/6
possessions.
points.
Yeah,
Like in any other sport. Like really, I mean, when you like do the math, it's 1 and 1/6 point.
1 and 1/6 point.
Exactly, it's just stupid, right? But with bigger numbers, it just works.
Well, I can't wait till the NBA is in trouble. Like, people don't like the NBA anymore.
4-point shots
people-
from the half-court line.
Yeah, like, people talk now about, like, we gotta fix baseball. Like, what can we do to make baseball more exciting? I can't wait till basketball's in that point. We start hearing all the radio personalities talk about the 4-point shot.
Here's my problem with baseball in general. Baseball is not going to get more exciting. Baseball has entirely too many rules.
That's true.
The problem is because every time something happens, there is basically like a flow chart of what happens, but the flow chart takes time, right? It's like in a computer, like it could simulate it instantly, right? Because it's a simple flow chart. It's like an if-then, right? But in baseball, you have 20 people on one side and 20 people on the other side, and people mediating them, and replays and the time it takes to get on and off the field.
So I was listening to an interview with Tim Kirchin the other day, and noted baseball expert Tim Kirchin.
Mm-hmm.
I was introduced to the bizarre dichotomy of why baseball can't go fast, and like there's really no way to make baseball like faster and more exciting because people want runs scored, but when you score runs, you have innings that last half an hour.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have a time that keeps ticking. There's no time limit.
Yeah, baseball
If
can
an
only
inning
be...
had a time, like you know how they play chess, like when they
Yeah.
play professional chess, you have a timer. That's how. Well, but that's the thing. It can't be that way because it's not like one team. I mean, in a baseball game, you're basically working in tandem with the other team to make a play.
Well, yeah, and you want runs, but again, runs take time. So if you want fast games, the only games that can be really fast are low-scoring games.
Or have a score cap on every inning.
Well, yeah, but that wouldn't be.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the only way
fun.
you'd have to do it, you'd have to knock off. Here's my. I've been thinking about this for a long time. Here's my patented way to make baseball way faster and way more appealing to younger people. All right, are you ready?
Yeah, hit me.
7 innings. Take off those last 2. They're always bullshit. They
Yeah,
only
I
matter
agree with
because
that.
it's
I
a
agree with
larger
that
context
anyway.
of the game. A 3-hour game is fucking stupid. That's a fucking
Yeah.
long time.
Well, I mean, 3 hours is the amount of time that, a football game takes, or a basketball game. Well, basketball games.
Right, but there's more
a football
action.
game.
There's more things happening. Right, in the context of baseball, the time feels so much longer.
You can go a half an hour without a bat making contact with the ball.
Right. Okay. So all right. So seven innings. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I agree with 7 innings.
Shorter base paths.
Now,
Knock them from
what
90 to
about-
75.
What about this? During the regular season, maybe only. No extra innings. Just each team picks a player and they do like a home run
derby.
contest.
Home run
yeah.
derby. Yep. They have or like have like your team's champion. Like he's like your home run guy, like your gladiator.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Each team picks one guy.
Yeah, no, but I mean that's a position on the team. They don't just
sure.
like pick him out of the roster. He just sits and he that's what he does for a living. He hits
Well, yeah,
home
because
runs.
like during the postseason,
But even then,
extra
the problem with
innings
that
are-
would happen. The problem with that would be that people will get too good at just hitting home runs. They're like lobbed to them.
I got news for you. They're already doing that.
Yeah, and that's why the home run contest takes like an hour. Like it's
Yeah,
just it's not gonna help the length because it's a length problem because it's not even like a content problem. My girlfriend likes watching baseball when I'm there because I can explain things to her and it makes it less boring. But the second that I had to stop explaining things, I just get to sit there in silence and enjoy my beer. That's when the boring sets in for her, And so a lot of people I'm emotionally invested in baseball, So there's some kind of nostalgia and stuff going on. So I can't look at it at face value. I don't know what that is anymore. Like I'm so polluted by baseball culture that I can't look at it objectively.
Here's an interesting stat for you. This year was the most home runs hit across Major League Baseball.
Really?
Yeah, more than the steroid era.
You know what that is? I know why, because it's shifting back to being a hitter's game.
Well, I know. Well, there's a reason why, and I've listened to experts say this. This isn't my hot take analysis. Batters are developing. Pitchers are so dominant.
Oh yeah,
now.
We talked about this.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah. Batters are developing this perfect swing. They can hit the ball if it's pitched in one spot. So you got guys like Aaron Judge, who he's a tremendous hitter when he puts the bat on the ball. Right. Now he led the league this year, or he set the record or something. I think he might have led the league in I don't remember what it was, but he led some stats in most walks, most strikeouts, and most home runs.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Which means he doesn't swing
ridiculous.
Unless it's perfect.
Yeah, well, he swings and he misses a ton. Because
he doesn't make contact unless it's perfect.
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
Unless the ball is exactly where he thinks it's going to be, he just whiffs. He doesn't have a way to adjust.
Right, because
when he makes contact, but when he makes contact, it goes out of the park. And you have a ton of guys like this, and even guys that have been in the league for a while that were their career highs for home runs were 12, 13, 14. Suddenly this year, they're doing that perfect swing nonsense, and they got 25, 30 home runs, but they're striking out all the time.
So the question is, let me hit my two other rules for fast baseball. All right, 7 innings, smaller stadiums, like smaller base paths and smaller stadiums.
Well, smaller stadiums would just exacerbate the home run thing.
Oh, no, but here's the thing. It would be different because that means the whole game would change. Like, it would completely change the dynamic of the game, right? And then the third one is no replays and do the commercials like soccer. Like, physically play the game faster. Like, get people to hustle.
Still watching the action.
Like, put it on, like, 0.5 speed. Like, 0.15 speed. Like
they did the
half speed. It's perfect.
They introduced that rule a few years ago that for some reason it's still a rule, but they just stopped following it. That the batter had to keep a foot in the batter's box.
I mean, they still kind of do it. It depends. Which is stupid because some umpires will call them on it and most won't. Like exactly. No one ever calls them on it.
If they did for 1 year. Like, everybody was on top of it for
that was when they came out. The new rule came out. Everyone was talking, every time something is going to revolutionize baseball, it's really important for a year and then it goes away. Because baseball is so... it helped a little bit, but even then, it created a whole new host of problems where people were like, no, I didn't step out of the box. The line's made with chalk on dirt. How can I tell? Like, that was like, that was happening. It was making the umpire's life, they'd have to keep looking at the feet of the fucking player, and like they can't pay attention. It's stupid, dumb, but I mean it made sense. But also they did this thing a couple years ago, and this is one thing they're actually sticking to. But it's a stupid thing. When a team calls timeout and the pitching coach goes out to talk to the pitcher and like the catcher and whoever else wants to come in, he has 60 seconds from the second he hits the dirt out of the dugout. From that time, like, these old dudes have to like jog out to the fucking mound, and then they have to be like, fucking pitch better, and then jog back.
Fucking pitch better.
And then jog back. And it's just like, this is where we're like cutting time. This is not where a timeout is not where we need to cut time. The game is slow, not the timeouts.
While we're fixing baseball, fuck umpires. Computerized strike zone.
Computerized strike zone so it's consistent.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way the sport will move forward. Because
I was watching the game last night, and I don't watch a lot of baseball. I generally listen to it, so I don't notice the problem a lot. But there was like 20 to 30
bad
balls that were called wrong.
Yeah.
Just because they on the MLB broadcast now, they have the strike zone shown on the screen.
Oh yeah, no, I see. What I do is I watch it. I'll listen to a game or I'll watch a game at the bar, and I'll have my phone on me, and I get the updates a little before the actual TV broadcast gets there.
Yeah.
So I look and it's like, strike, low inside, and like I look and it's like on the actual little digital thing on my phone, it is a terrible throw. It's just terrible. And then I look at the screen and he's like, strike, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's super obnoxious.
It's insane.
I'm glad you think that, because there's a lot of people that are like, yeah,
I'm a traditionalist in baseball for a lot of things, but we need robots and nets. Those are two things baseball needs.
Yeah, robots and nets.
Robots and more nets. Like, there's no reason to not... Like, if we can have cameras, they're, like, up the taint of the catcher, we can absolutely have a robot back there who's just like, beep, boop, strike.
Well, we do the
or even
judging of lines in tennis with computers now.
Yeah, because it needs to be, like, pin perfect. Like, it needs to be that accurate.
Just get it right. Like, why would you not want to get the calls right all the time?
For the sake of... But that's what people... That's the problem. Right, it's the tradition. Baseball is too traditional. I say too traditional. It is a very traditional sport.
Yeah, it is hindered by its adherence to its traditions. For sure.
It needs to evolve. If it wants to get new people, like, I don't care. I'm already watching baseball. I'm gonna watch baseball till I die.
Yeah, well, I mean, assuming that enough young
baseball
people
will always be around. People will lobby for it. It'll be as long as I'm alive.
Yeah, that's probably
maybe
true.
Not after, but. I don't care about those little shits. That ain't me. But you know, like, if they want a new audience, they need to fucking modernize. They need to get up there. And hey, steroid league. We've been saying this for years. I want a steroid league for every sport.
I agree. Let the people do what they want.
It would be perfect. It would be the ideal situation because you have these crazy monsters with their crazy just like pieces of wood throwing medicine balls at each other.
You know what? Especially for these sports that are already super violent, you already have guys that are putting their bodies on the line just to entertain the masses.
You might as well let them shoot up like anabolic steroids in their butt and get buff watching like TV.
Yeah, who are you to say that they can't just like juice and make themselves horrible monsters? They're already destroying their bodies for you. Just let them destroy their bodies in a way that maybe will help them perform.
I learned a fun fact the other day about steroids, anabolic steroid use.
Yeah.
Specifically injection-based. There used to be the myth where it would shrink your balls. It actually makes your dick bigger. It doesn't shrink your balls, your dick gets bigger. And there was some kind of misunderstanding.
There's some kind of misunderstanding.
Well, because they shoot you up with testosterone. What is that going to do to the male body? It's going to make you jacked, especially your penis.
I like the misunderstanding though. Someone's just like, what's going on?
Oh god, my balls are so small, and they're like, their dick is hitting their ankles. It's like, oh fuck, why are my balls so small?
You're focusing on the wrong thing, bud.
Oh buddy, yeah, like, come on, man.
That's tremendous.
Just makes your dick bigger because everyone should be doing steroids. If you're not in a sport, just start doing steroids. There's no downside.
There's no downside.
There's no downside if you get them safely. There's like none. Don't do too many, but that's with anything. All things in moderation. You can do steroids and sit on the couch and just get ripped. You will be stronger for that.
You know who should be doing steroids? They got nothing to lose.
No.
Hefty Lefty.
Ooh, you know what? This is our boy. We talked about him in an earlier podcast. But
he was the star of our least viewed podcast ever.
Is that statistically accurate?
I
think that's funny. But so, Mitchell, would you like to brief everyone on who Hefty Lefty is?
Hefty Lefty was a former quarterback for the New York Giants. And he got real fucking fat. Like real fucking fat.
Like 500 pounds fat.
So, obviously, you're not going to be a quarterback in the NFL at 500 pounds. Get the hell out of here. So he did. He got the hell out of there. Unbeknownst to really anybody, because nobody gave a shit, he started playing arena football.
Because, America's most popular sport, arena football.
Arena football.
Only outclassed by lingerie football.
Yeah, it's fully,
which is also arena football.
Yeah. It's a sport full of meme athletes, so he fit right in. He actually did pretty well. If you care to check out any more information on him, you can either Google him, or again, we talked about him in a large capacity in the podcast called The Hefty Lefty Experience.
Large capacity.
Yeah, check it out. His stats were pretty decent in arena football. But he's back.
I think my stats would be pretty okay in arena football.
I mean, he had talent. He got into the NFL.
Rude.
Well, hey, how often how many teams have you played for in the NFL?
The Browns. I was quarterback for the Browns for one day.
You're one of their now, by the way, updated number 28 quarterbacks since rejoining the league in 1999.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's more than one a year, isn't it?
That is more than one a year. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, by a large number, more than one a year. That's they've only been back around for 18 years.
Good fucking God.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah, they.
How long has Tom Brady been playing?
Tom Brady has been playing since, I believe, he's been in the league since 99. I think he started in 2000.
So really, he's almost as old as...
He started in 2000, started starting in 2001.
So you're saying that Tom Brady has been, quarterback for the Pats since, and in that time, the Browns have had 28 was the number?
Yeah, 28.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, even...
Why are they bad?
Even dysfunctional teams, generally, you look at their numbers, and they have, 10, 12.
You can't even make, like, an endearing comedy movie about the Browns, because it's not one group of guys. It's not bench warmers. It's, like, 80 different people.
I say updated number because they just, this past week, benched their most recent quarterback.
Oh, my God. Just pick one. Pick one and invest. That's the problem. They're not investing in players.
That is the problem, actually. You hit it right on the head.
Yeah, of course, because how can you have 28 different quarterbacks in, like, 19 years?
The kid that was starting at the beginning of the year, Deshaun Kaiser, he's like, I think he's 20 years old.
What?
So he could still be playing in college. He would still be eligible if he had stayed in. So of course he's not going to be good. But if you're going to put him out there, let him fucking play. You know you're going to lose every goddamn game. You're the Browns. Yeah.
He can't even, what do you think he's going to do? Same thing every shitty 20-something does. Be shitty.
Yeah. So if you're going to put him out there and let him learn by doing, let him learn by doing and just let him play the whole season. Like, he hasn't been atrocious, not much worse than anybody else they've had playing for him. He's thrown a lot of interceptions because, he's 20 years old and should still be in college.
Yeah. The Browns.
Yeah, the Browns.
It's so fucking awesome.
But hey, maybe
at the same time.
maybe next year, Hefty Lefty can make his NFL reappearance for the Browns
because he is dedicated.
Boy's getting in shape.
He's gonna lose weight, and this is the second celebrity we've talked about on the podcast who turned their life around. Who we memed on? Bam Margera.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, I mean, Hefty Lefty's still a meme. But
he's trying. No, I appreciate, as someone who is also losing a lot of weight right now. Like, I'm finally down. I'm down about 25 pounds, like the past 3 months, and it is not easy and it's shitty. And there's a lot of fun things I used to be able to do that I don't do anymore. But that's okay because I'm become healthier and happier with myself. And it's hard.
Good,
it sucks.
Good for you and good for Hefty Lefty.
Better for Hefty Lefty because he's gonna lose a whole my body weight of him.
Yeah,
and
he
then
is.
Be my body weight.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's enormous. But yeah, he's doing it all on his like blog. I think he said blog, but it probably meant like Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah, or maybe a blog. I mean, he's getting up there in age.
I mean, we have a blog technically.
Technically, yeah.
Technically. It's WordPress, Mom. It's real. I pay every month for it.
Yeah, it is real.
It is real.
I mean, it's real.
Israel.
Israel.
You want to talk about Israel and Palestine?
I don't think there's been many new developments lately, so...
Oh, but yeah, no, I have nothing.
Same old business, and yeah.
But could you imagine what it would be like in the future if that shit's still going on? Let's say, like, if it was, I don't know, 2048?
Oh, yeah. I was actually just going to do this as sort of like our last topic, because before we leave you guys, we have a warning. We got word. He didn't report directly to Heck Media. Unfortunately, I would have loved to break this story.
Listen,
but
it would have made us.
It would have made us.
It's like the Ted Cruz thing, the most traffic we ever got on anything.
Yeah, that's right. But unfortunately, he didn't report it to us, but he did report a man from 2048 has traveled back in time to 2017 to warn us about the impending alien invasion.
Do you think this has anything to do with that big hole that opened up in Alaska? I think it was Alaska or Antarctica.
I don't know. There's
Do you
a
hear
big
about
hole.
this? Yeah, a giant sinkhole. I mean, like they can't even see the fucking bottom of it. It's kind of a big sinkhole.
Wow, I didn't know your mom was in Alaska.
Oh my god.
Got him.
Roasted.
I love my mom. She's a treasure.
My mom is a nice lady. I don't know how I happened. For I am neither nice nor a lady.
Nor a lady.
But yeah, so you know what this means. This guy came back. He marked the beginning of the end times. And that hole in Antarctica / Alaska, I can't remember exactly where it is. Somewhere cold, somewhere north. That's what I know about it.
So I know we have a habit as a culture of dismissing messengers for being imperfect. We tend to take people who try to, for example, Colin Kaepernick. People, dragged out, oh, he's bad at football. Like we can't listen to him about social activism. Like he's bad at football. He's trying to get attention.
Hang on.
There's no such thing as a perfect messenger, right?
Hang on. Are you about to? Whatever. Just do it. Yeah, that's fine.
No. All I'm saying is there's no such thing as a perfect messenger.
Sure.
But I feel like our listeners deserve all of the facts here.
Uh-huh.
So I just need to tell you on the front end, in maybe the least surprising twist of all time, the police reported that the man smelled of alcohol and was slurring. Now, no perfect messenger.
Right, don't take this at face value, folks. This is some real shit.
Yeah, there's no perfect messenger. I mean, he could have been anybody. We gotta listen to him, though. We can't take this lightly.
Yeah, especially because what he said was the aliens pumped him full of alcohol.
They pumped him full,
and
to send him back in time, yeah.
Yeah, but he meant to go to 2018, so he was a couple months off.
Maybe too much alcohol.
Maybe a little too much alcohol. Maybe a little less. Or maybe he needs more next time. Maybe it was fuel,
more
and it didn't get him all the
yeah.
way to 2018.
I mean, his blood was only 13% alcohol.
Yeah, it was only 13%. 0.132, I think it was, or 136? Yeah, 136. Holy fuck. Listen, I enjoy getting drunk, and that's piss drunk.
I'd like to remind the viewing audience that the legal limit for driving in New York State, I believe, is 0.08?
0.08, yeah.
0.08.
So this guy was almost double the legal limit. Though, now I'm thinking about it, I think I could go up to 0.2 before I start, passing out.
Well, he wasn't passed out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I need to go buy a breathalyzer and, test
I
this.
imagine the time travel kind of...
Ooh, yeah, that probably threw him all out of whack.
Well, it took some of the alcohol out of this. Why do you think they pumped him full of it?
Well, it said it was fuel, but he didn't have enough to get back to 2018 like he was supposed to.
So, he was probably a lot drunker when he left.
He passed out. Aliens made me butt chug.
That should have been the headline.
Yeah. Well, we didn't break it. If we broke
what?
it would have been aliens made me butt chug.
You know what?
A testimonial.
I think I'm not as scared of this anymore. It sounds like these aliens just want to party.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That big hole up in the north, it opened up because the lizard people are going to come out from the center of the earth, which is flat. Flat earth, hollow earth people.
The center of the flat earth.
Yeah, well, it's like two frisbees on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's the perfect descriptor. I'm happy I came up with it. I think the Academy. But, yeah, and so they're coming out and they're coming to fucking party.
They're coming to party.
They coming to fucking party, man. They're going to get fucked up. And I'm going to meet them.
I'm into it.
If aliens are just basically party spirits, I'm pretty down.
I mean, what do you think is more likely? That, the aliens that find us will really want to just, kill us all? Or that they'll want to hang out?
Fucking party.
If you're exploring the universe, you're probably not, trying to eradicate everything in your path. You're probably trying to learn.
Yeah, because if you're just going to eradicate everything, you would just do it. If you had the ability, you'd make, a turbo bomb.
Yeah, we'd never see it coming. A Death Star would float into our solar system and blow up the planet.
We'd spend a week arguing if it was CGI or not, and they'd blow us up.
We'd never see a single alien set foot on Earth. So if an alien sets foot on Earth, it's probably to learn.
I wrote an article for our sick blog a while back, which kind of talked about supernatural and paranormal things, and because I'm kind of in the fringe communities, I enjoy that kind of shit. I think it's fun, and it's cool to learn about. And it's cool to learn about folklore and different regional things, stories that we know as northeastern United States individuals are not the same as southern myths. We don't have a chupacabra. Do
No,
we?
for sure.
We don't really have
No.
a chupacabra. But they also don't have, like, the rake.
The rake. Forgot about the rake.
Yeah. And so, yeah, never forget about the rake. That's a good creepypasta. Let me rephrase that. I remember liking it in high school, so, I mean, take that as you will.
I mean, it's probably a fine creepypasta, as good as they get.
Yeah, I mean, they're never really sterling, right? So, oh, shit, what was I saying? Oh, right, and so I kind of made the point in my article, my sick blog post, that, which I think is how I'm going to refer to the actual website from
Yeah, our
now
sick
on out.
blog.
Our sick blog. I'm going to put that on the top of the banner, like, sick blog. But I remember saying that, you know, like, if a demon is really interacting with you, like demon, alien, let's just pretend they're like basically interchangeable. It's probably more likely on like a drunken bender through time and space than it is trying to specifically eliminate or talk to you, because literally, who are you?
Yeah.
To something that can time travel and shit, like who the fuck are you? Or like, you know, like bend the laws of physics. You're nothing. You're one of those stupid things that still listens to physics.
If it kills you, it would be incidental at best.
Exactly, like it might hit you with its like space Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean, just
Like,
don't
like
get
remember
in
when
its
Marky
way.
Mark killed someone in the 90s?
Never forget.
Yeah, drunken manslaughter is what he got. That's the legal thing. Yeah, no, he was drunk driving and killed someone when he was with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. People forget about his band.
I think that's probably about as good a note to end on as you're gonna get.
We don't know what we want to talk about. I want to talk about the copyright strike.
Oh, that's right.
Our copyright.
Real quick.
So, we got some time. The movie's an hour and 8 seconds, I think. So
Okay.
We got time. Unless my number's wrong, in which case I'll just repeat the beginning part of the movie again. No one's gonna look at it.
So look forward to that.
So look forward to maybe the beginning of Lost World again. If you liked it, then you can enjoy it again. So we had our first legal victory as a company today.
We tackled a titan.
We are the David taking down the Goliath that is Fox Media Corp, I suppose, the Fox Corporation.
Yeah.
So the other day I had a really, really funny idea, a solid gold idea, if you will.
3 out of 10.
That was definitely not at all related to any kind of drug use. It had nothing to do with it at all. How dare you imply that I am a real artist? And so what I did is I took a random episode from Family Guy. I ripped it off YouTube. It was like one of those shitty quality, and it had like subtitles from a language I didn't recognize. And so basically what I did is I mirrored it. I made the brightness entirely too high, and I put a vacuum over it, sound of a vacuum, which, by the way, that I captured that.
You captured that vacuum sound?
Yeah, so what I did is I put my microphone on the ground and vacuumed my rug.
So when are we just going to turn into like a Foley effects company?
Like we're going to start supplying...
We have the
stock.
perfect glass shattering sound.
We do have and then we have... the full recording is about 35 minutes long, because I was getting really into vacuuming my rug. I was being obsessive.
Definitely not on any kind of
Definitely not
substance at all. Definitely not.
No, that's irresponsible.
Just really clean.
Yeah, real clean living, real clean loving. And so I titled the video. Let me get the full title, because it was art basically, and I don't want to do it a disservice. So the full name of the video is Family Guy Season 10 Episode 18, but you're 13, home with a migraine, and your mom is vacuuming. ASMR. Which, by the way, is at 16 views right now.
Yeah, I saw that.
One of our fastest growing heck videos. Will be a meme, and that is beautiful.
Well, it's probably that ASMR in the title.
And I have the ASMR like logo on the thumbnail, and like I made the most clickbaity thumbnail because it's just like Peter getting his like a finger in his ass, and like a clip art vacuum, and the ASMR logo with like a shitty JPEG. And so I just wanted to. It was like a funny little joke, and I just wanted to like, oh look, it's like one of those. It's like when Redbone was like, it's Redbone, but you're in a bathroom at a party, and it was like kind of washed out. The noise was kind of washed out, and it sounded like it was coming through a wall. And so that was a funny meme for a long time, and I really wanted to make one, but I couldn't ever decide on what one I wanted to make. So I finally got this stroke of genius, and I recorded my vacuum for 45 minutes while watching an episode of Family Guy. And so I took the vacuum audio and I put it over top of the Family Guy video, and so it's completely unintelligible. It just sounds like vacuuming.
Yeah, it's real impossible to listen to.
And then I made it bright, obviously, to mimic like migraines, because I've never had a migraine, but from what I'm told, it's real. You get like everything feels real bright and your eyes hurt.
Oh, it's just that light hurts. Things
right, it's like a light sensitivity. Yeah. Well, I mean, it would make light more, anyway. But yeah. So right, I tried to emulate that in my art.
Yeah,
Fox.
Definitely.
And
art.
so we got a copyright strike on our channel, which is total nonsense. And I'm going to tell you why. For everyone who doesn't know, there was a big development of fair use semi-recently with Ethan Neela of H3H3. I mean, this is, kind of old news at this point. But,
Kinda?
it's kind of old news. Like, I wouldn't say it's full-blown, like, ancient news, but, I don't think I'd ever use that phrase.
It's the internet, boy. Shit moves fast.
That's true. I mean, I guess it's just, for us as, like, content creators, I think about that a lot. Lovingly. I think about it. And, let's see, I'm trying to find what I actually said to them. Anyway, so the whole thing happened where they were getting sued, and it was total shit, and it took them forever to get it overturned, but they got it overturned, and they took off the copyright strike, and it was a huge deal. Big win for creators on the internet.
Big win. We should really report on this.
So I'm capitalizing on this big win because the legal, climate has changed, and I'm not gonna let a heck be bullied by Fox because I know the fucking law. So they got, obviously, it's like, hey, that's a fucking episode of Family Guy. Don't upload that. And I'm like, actually. And here's my dispute. Here's word for word my dispute. Fair use law implies that the work needs to be transformative in nature, meaning a video, quote, uses a source work in completely new or unexpected ways, quote, which is a direct quote from Campbell versus McAfro's Music, 510 US 569, in 1994. I said, our video is not meant to be a watchable version of Family Guy Season 10, Episode 18.
Certainly not. As
the loud vacuum cleaning noises and filters added make it unpalatable at best. We are emulating the human condition in the medium of a YouTube video. A teenager being home from school with a migraine, attempting to relax, but his mother insists on vacuuming, therefore making the episode of Family Guy difficult to watch. we further emulated the common symptoms of a migraine as to our understanding with the distortion and filters. A little bit redundant, but that's okay. Redundancy isn't bad. It's law, just to put that point forward. This video does not act as a de facto substitute to watching Family Guy Season 10, Episode 18. So the joke in this paragraph is I try and say Family Guy Season 10, Episode 18 as many times as I can. On television or any other legitimate broadcast, nor does it infringe on the sales of Family Guy Season 10, Episode 18. This video does not serve as a substitute for Family Guy Season 10, Episode 18 and is clearly transformative in nature. That was my dispute claim, and you can watch the video now, because don't fuck with someone who will get into fights with anyone over anything.
It's currently pending review, but you can watch it. Watch it while you can. It's terrible.
It's not even that funny.
But if it ever goes down again, you can catch this gold mine on a meme website, notable meme website, Nico Nico.
Nico. I'm actually thinking about maybe starting up like a Justin TV account as a funny meme or like a Vimeo.
I would.
I assume that they're still up. I haven't used either in a very long time. Or I'll just stream it on Twitch forever. Just anytime we're not using our Twitch for gameplay, we'll just stream this.
Yeah.
This one thing. But yeah, so here's a little thing to all you small creators out there who are probably bigger than us. I almost guarantee it because 21 subscribers. Yeah, don't give up. Never give up. Fight for your art.
Give up.
It was a stupid meme, but the second we got that copyright strike, I got real life mad. And I had to do something about it. And so right now, it's at least watchable. It's on other venues to watch it,
I wouldn't describe it as watchable.
It is not. It is completely... And the funniest part to me is the first, 3 seconds. Where I start to sing the theme song, and then the fucking vacuum, I turn my vacuum on.
I was expecting you to go a little further than that.
No, right in the beginning.
No. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I wanted it to intentionally not be just the episode of Family Guy but with some vacuum noises. I wanted the vacuum to be front and fucking center, and boy golly is it.
Oh, no, I just mean I expected, like, 10 seconds on the front end.
No,
just to kind of, like, maybe trick people a little.
See, I was more worried. No, I mean, it says right in the description. I'm not trying to trick anyone. Like, it's just what it is. And then also, I was really proud of the description of the video, which is really funny. It's like a bunch of small things that kids that are sick say when they're home from school.
Mom, I'm really sick this time.
Mom, cut it out. I'm actually sick this time. I hope I don't have to make up the work I missed. When will she leave so I can spank it? I don't really know if I like Family Guy. Why do I never crave saltine crackers? I thought Jerry was going to be on. I mean, Jerry Springer, obviously. Daytime TV, classic American staple. I'm thirsty, but I don't want any more ginger ale. Where's the Dayquil? I'm coming down. Listen, I am a comedian.
I didn't read all of those.
So basically, as we kind of wrap up the good old PCast, you know what? Never stop fighting, everyone. Believe in your art. Know that it's worth something.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
And don't let your memes stay copyright striked.
Dreams, yeah, that's right.
Dreamed. Live your memes like you live your dreams.
Memes. Carpe Memeum.
Carpe Memeum. Nice. Carpe Memeum will be the name of this video.
We said that there's two things that are going to be the name of this video.
Well, it'll have to be both of them. I have to look back because I already forgot what the first one was.
All right, cool. Mashup.
Mashup. You kids like mashups. That'll be the in parentheses. You kids like mashups.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess enjoy the last couple seconds of, which I would assume probably at this point is the credits. Maybe it's not. No, they do credit roll in the beginning, I think. I don't fucking know. So enjoy the last bits of Lost World. Because for Heck Media, I'm Brendan.
And I'm Mitchell.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for putting up with our shit.
Please subscribe.